Hi, I'm Katie Nobles.
And I'm disability attorney Michael Leiner.
And you're watching The Bottom Line. Today's topic, what are my chances of approval in a disability claim? So, Michael, this one actually comes with a little bit of a visual aid to help us break this down, right?
Visuals, we're getting technical now.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Break it down for us.
Okay, so first of all, one thing is disability cases are apples and oranges. And, just because you may see a percentage online of this percentage of claims gets approved at this level does not mean that's what your percentage chance is of being approved. That means out of the entire country, this is the percentage of cases that gets approved at a certain level of adjudication. So, but just to kind of explain it, the visual that we're going to show, and voila, I'm sure it's on the screen now to go. But so there's multiple different stages in a disability claim. And at every stage, there historically are different chances of being approved, okay? Right now, people have roughly, let's say, about a 30% chance of being approved at the initial level of adjudication, okay? And now, if you get denied at the initial stage, the first appeal, and there's an exception. There's about 10 states in the country that don't have a middle level, which is called the reconsideration level. But in the vast majority of states, if you get denied, which about 70% of people are going to be denied, if you get denied, you file an appeal, which is called reconsideration. And you'll see so few people get approved at reconsideration. It's like 10% less, okay? And that doesn't mean you have a 10% chance. It means that out of the entire country, only about 10% of the people who file for reconsideration get approved. Okay? And if you get denied at the reconsideration stage, the next appeal that's filed is called a request for a hearing. And that's what so much of the content that we put out there is for, because a hearing, lawyers, that's what I am, that's where lawyers tend to get involved the most, and that's where historically people have had their best chance of being approved. Historically, right now, about half of the people who go before an administrative law judge and have a hearing get awarded benefits. And then there's some additional appeals that can be filed. If you get denied by an ALJ, you can file an appeal with the appeals council. It kind of looks like the reconsideration stage again. I believe it's something like 7 or 8% of claims end up getting remanded, which means sent back for another administrative law judge hearing. And if you get denied by the appeals council, you can actually file an appeal into the federal court system, where once again there's a pretty decent remand rate. So that's kind of what we call the waterfall chart, where there's different approval percentages at each stage. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean this is your percentage chance of being approved, but it does give you kind of a look at the different stages of a disability claim, and historically, what the approval rates look like at those stages of a case.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for breaking that one down for us. And if you have a question about this video or anything else going on with your disability case, you can submit that for Michael to answer. You can do that on our website. That's linerlegal.com.